Well, you're right, guys. Having just had the mickey ripped out of me by Clive's Conundrum Garden, link in the description below if you want to give them hard times, I thought I'd better get on and plant some first earlies. It being St. Patrick's Day and all that. Here we go then. Okay then guys, I'll just tell you what I'm doing first in case the wind takes over. Casablanca, first early. Going to be 4 in the bucket. Oh, Mother Earth compost. Little bit of sulphate of iron to bring the pH down towards acidity level. A bit of potato fertiliser. And Digwell's magic potion, which is brewed nicely, to try and fend off the old scab. Right, so we're already labelled up. Gloves on, I reckon, for this. Even though it's Mother Earth, you never know what's in the compost these days. Oh yeah. Right, so I'm about third filling that, and all we need, believe it or not, is 10 grams of this in the whole bucket. So I'm just going to put a sprinkle in each layer, give it a mix up. Little bit of potato fertiliser. And then, 2 seed potatoes by the handles, more compost, £60 bag, 30 litre bucket. Should get 2 bags out of it, shouldn't I? Right. And while I can still see the potato, going to give it a little watering in, only a little bit more of the 2 amendments. And top it up. In with the next 2 spuds. So these are about say 2/3 of the way up now, so about there. And being determinate, they grow on the same level, so no worries with the height. A little bit more there. A little bit more there, and then top it right up. And again, I'm going to water down through the compost, just on top of the seed potato, just with a Diggy's magic solution. Try and stop the scab a little bit. And that'll do. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put a little bit more sulphate of iron on top, just so it washes down through to help the acidity. And here, that's one bucket done. Now what I'll do with a second bucket of Casablanca, I'll just do it in close-up. About 1/3 full of compost, if you can see it in the sun. A little sprinkle of sulphate of iron, and a sprinkle of potato fertiliser. Mix this all up. Camera's going to get filthy doing this. And then 1 potato by the handle. Another potato by the handle. Water down through with my solution onto the top of the potato. Pity about the wind. A little bit more sulphate of iron and fertiliser. Lightly mix that one in, not too much. 2 more seed potatoes, but this time they go opposite the handle. A little bit more compost. A little bit more Digwell's anti-scab. A bit more fertiliser. A bit more sulphate of iron. And then top it up. Job done. And I spent the next 10 minutes with a paintbrush cleaning all the compost out of the telescopic part of the camera lens. That'll learn me. I decided to do some no-dig spuds on the leaf and ground plot this year. This is the old brassica bed. I've sprinkled on the sulphate of iron and the potato fertiliser, scrubbed it around a little bit, dibbed a hole about 6 inches deep with my old spade handle, and just dropped a Winston potato in each hole and pushed the soil back in, pushed the compost back in. I've done a row of 4 Casablanca as well, so it'd be interesting to see how they compare to the buckets. A quick watering in with the molasses liquid, and that'll be repeated 2 or 3 times throughout the year. I'm determined to conquer scab this year. Okay, on with some rubbishy, composty, manure type stuff. It's no good using it in pots, I've decided. It's going to go on the beds. And look at that. Great big piece of dowel. Incredible. I just levelled it out a little bit. Puts the potatoes about 8 inches down, I suppose. Like I say, it'd be interesting to see how they fare. I do. Alright guys, so let's show you this little bugbear of mine. What have we got here? Herb, parsley, plain leafed. Brilliant, 400 seeds in a packet. Grow it all year round indoors, blah blah blah. But you look at the packet on the outside. Can you see if that's in focus? Tells you here the I'm gonna say best before date, the sow by date. But the trouble is, that's the part of the packet you have to cut off to open it. So you do it upside down. The trouble is, like most human beings, they tend to store things this way up, and if you haven't sealed the bottom properly, they'll fall out. So what you got to do is write on the packet somewhere, sow by 6/23. Bit weird, really. You think they've put it, you know what I mean, somewhere a bit more obvious. Well, obvious to me anyway. Well, there you are then. That's the first spill of beans of the year.